Your
Hi,
name, like, yeah, go.
Tamisha Bolin.
Okay,
Tameisha Bolin, Bolen.
perfect. I think I've got that. And then your title. What's your title here?
I'm the marketing executive.
Marketing executive. Okay. Tamisha, let's talk just in broad terms about a credit union versus a bank. You guys offer different services. What makes a credit union different?
Well, the services are pretty much the same. You'll find all of the same financial resources at a credit union that you do at a bank. The biggest difference between banks and credit unions is that credit union is a not-for-profit organization. We're cooperatives owned by our members, and so we are our. I totally screwed that up, but I'm going to just jump right back in. Is that cool? We're focused on doing things for our members to benefit them financially versus making money for a group of shareholders or stockholders. So that is the biggest difference. So what you'll find is that you're able to get lower rates on loans and things like that, and higher rates for savings and those types of financial products as compared to a bank.
Okay, good. And you've been doing this for a long time. I mean, not you personally, but I mean, as far as the bank, talk about the history
Sure.
of WesTex.
So this credit union was originally chartered in 1946, and it was put together by a small group of City of Lubbock employees. So that was the original group that this credit union served. Credit unions have historically just been a particular group of people, and they come together to help each other out. And so that's when we were established in 1946. And originally, the building was in the downtown area, what's now the CASP district, and then they had a location over on Avenue K. And then this particular branch here on Avenue Q opened in 2006. So it's been around for a very long time, since 1946. Our current CEO, Vicki Love, she's been here for a long time as well. She came to Lubbock in 1990 and is still our current CEO. So we've got a great history here. We still serve the City of Lubbock employees. They're our biggest base of customers. We have a lot of firemen, a lot of police officers, and other city employees that we serve on a daily basis.
And when you have customers like that who you have served for years, there's a real relationship, and that's what this is about, isn't it? Isn't it a relationship business?
It really is. And when I first started here, I was just blown away at the relationships that even our tellers have with our members. When people walk in, that they're on a first name basis with 90% of them. And so we really do have a heart for our members, and getting to know them and finding ways that we can serve them. And it's a small credit union. We're one of the smallest in Lubbock, and I think that's a benefit simply because we do have the ability to have such close relationships with our members.
Yeah, and when you have that close relationship, you kind of get to know them, get to know their families. When they may need a loan, there's a reason, you know the reason behind it.
That's right,
Yeah.
and that helps too. We do have a lot of families, that are all members here. Maybe it started with someone who was a City of Lubbock employee, and now their children are now members with us. And it does help because we are able to see the history, and also ways that we can help when we have those relationships. And we talked about loan just briefly a minute ago. When it comes down to being approved for a loan, there are a lot of things that go into deciding whether or not we're going to approve someone that loan, not just your credit score, but your history and your employment history, and all of those things play into whether or not we can approve someone for a loan. So we really try to work with our members to do as much as we can for them and to help them out in their financial situations as best that we can.
Now, speaking of finances, right now is a tough time as far as people's finances go. We keep worrying about your money going away. So, is there an advantage during tough times to being part of a credit union like you're in, do you think?
Well, I think one of the biggest advantages is being able to get lower interest rates. One of the areas that I feel like we really excel in is auto loans, for instance, and auto refinancing. So the interest rates on those loans are significantly lower with the credit union than they are from a bank or sometimes even directly from the dealership. Now, we do have some dealerships that we partner with where you can actually get a WesTex loan from their dealerships. And so that's great. And if you're buying a new car or used car, I would definitely recommend that you ask for a credit union loan because they have the ability to get that for you. And simply because you can save so much money over the course of the loan if you have a lower interest rate, you're going to want to shop that rate. And then if you have a high interest rate on your car right now, bring it in. Let's lower that for you. So we just basically refinance the loan, save you a couple percentage points on your interest, and that again can either lower your monthly payment or it can shorten the life of the loan. So maybe you were financed for 48 months. Well, if we refinance it, we can cut that down. And so it doesn't take you quite as long to pay it off. So there's lots of different options that we can help. And with the prices of everything skyrocketing right now, it's nice to be able to come in and get something lowered.
Right, absolutely. That's rare, but nice. But nice. So is membership, you mentioned the City of Lubbock and police and fire and different people. If you're not a member of those groups, is membership open to others as well?
As a matter of fact, we got a community charter in 1997, and that community charter opened it up for us to serve anyone that lives, works, or worships in Lubbock and Hale counties. So we can serve anyone here in the Plainview areas. So yeah, that's nice to have because we really can help just about anybody.
Good. And you've got the location here downtown. Tell us about your locations. You
Sure.
mentioned it briefly. But.
Yeah, we have a location here on Avenue Q, and then we have a second location here in Lubbock at 78th and Indiana. And then we have a third location if you live in Hale County at 509 Quincy. So that's right off of 5th Street there in Plainview.
Okay. And you mentioned the downtown location. We're talking about downtown. Tell me. Well, you mentioned the city of Lubbock. That's why you're downtown, correct?
That is why we're downtown. You know, that's part of our history is being here to serve that particular employee group. All the city offices are still down here, and since we serve such a large group from the city, this location is very important to us. We love being down here. We love serving the people in this area. They are the ones who got us started, back in the day, and so we're happy to be here. We love seeing what's going on down here. The revitalization projects that are going on are incredibly important to the growth of our community. And, it's just a great place to be.
Do you love the homeless? No.